Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Money Hungry Mama podcast. I am so excited because I have Zuryna here today. Zuryna, take it away.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Zuryna Livermore. I'm the owner, founder of Livermore Agency, also a podcast host of Operations Unfiltered. I'm a marketing operations project manager. People lovingly refer to me as air traffic control for all things marketing ops. And I'm just so excited to be here today.
I'm so excited to have you. So tell us about Live More Agency.
Sure. Live More Agency truly started out of a need. I actually started it in 2016. I was fresh out of college. I was originally managing people's social media. So, a lot of nail techs and massage therapists who were actually doing the service work, but couldn't find time to post on Instagram. I found my niche. I was like, hey, I'm already on Instagram. So, let me take the pictures that you're doing and let me put a little strategy behind it. Was really new at that point. So, I was really getting my graphic design, skills up. So from there, it just took a life of its own. I always had a W-2 job as well because I always believe in being a queen of side hustles. So in addition to working my side hustle at Livermore Agency, I was gaining corporate experience and I got certified as a project manager. And so I was like, why don't I marry the two worlds of social media management and project management? And from there, it just kind of took a life of its own. I began managing content creators. I did a little bit of PR, and now I'm sort of in the mix of like being a half PR person, half content creator, half, podcaster. I'm doing all the things. I love to call it a Jill of all trades. But what it is at its core is Livermore Agency is marketing project management assistance for small business owners, content creators. I stress more so you can live more, you know? That's what I do. I take the, stress out of marketing activities. So that's what Livermore Agency is.
I love that. I stress more so you can live more. Is that your
Yes.
tagline? Because I love that.
Yes. Stress less so you can live more.
My gosh. Okay, so this is really fun. So you just said too. You describe yourself as marketing air traffic control. What does that look like day to day for you?
Wow. Have I had coffee that day? Every day depends on what my coffee intake looks like. But honestly, it always starts with I'm a mom now. Of course, I have a 3-year-old, so I have to have that me time. It's an hour before everyone else gets up, and that's for me to set my intentions for the day. Sometimes it's really structured. Sometimes I have a journaling moment. Sometimes it's not so structured. It's just me scrolling through my phone. But whatever it is, I start my day with that 1 hour of me time. From there, I have a to-do list. I cannot start my day without a to-do list. It's top 5 things that I need to do for my W-2 job, top 5 things that I need to do for my personal life, and then top 5 things that I need to do for my clients. And then it's pretty much a how much can I get done today, you know? And it's
Yeah.
so usually my W-2 job is, the precedence because it's business hours, but I do that a couple of hours a day. And then once that clock is over, it's face head on into my side hustle, whether it's pitching, outbound clients, talking to new content creators, lesson plannings for the in-person events that I have. And then I go right into mom mode. Like I have to go get my kid from school. So it's how do I structure those 2 hours that I have with her? So it really varies, and it depends on if I have events because I support some NFL clients. So Super Bowl was we just finished Super Bowl, so it really just depends on what's going on. So yeah, no day looks the same, which is why I always say I love having that W-2 job because that's my structure. But my side hustle is really where I get to just do everything that I want to do.
Yes. Okay. So many questions. So do you set an alarm to wake up an hour before the kids? Before your
Yes,
kid? Oh my gosh.
absolutely. I have to, but fun fact, okay, so I don't know if you ever experienced this. When your child was new in the newborn phase, we had that routine. Like I was a breastfeeding mom, I was a pumping, so I was waking up like every 4 hours. But for some reason, my kid is 3, mind you. She used to wake up at 2 a.m. and my body just automatically wakes up at 2 a.m. since she was been a newborn. So I have like this weird clock. I'll wake up at 2 a.m., scroll for a little bit, go to sleep, and then I'm back up at 5 a.m. So it's like my
Oh
body has this weird internal clock. It might be a trauma response. I might be overstimulated, but hey, it works.
my gosh. Okay. So every day you're getting up at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Now, this is your me time. And then during this time, is that when you're setting the 5 things that you do for each thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I feel like that's my clarity moment. That's where I can look over what I didn't do from the day before, transfer things that I didn't do from the day before over. Times in that 2 o'clock witching hour, and what I like to call it, I might think of something else that I need to do or accomplish. So yeah, I have to get that done at that, 5 a.m. hour when no one's talking to me, when no one's asking me to do things. So yes.
this. I love the fact that you get up an hour earlier, and it's so funny because literally today, so usually they wake me up, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
their clock is up and it's like, okay, we have to go and run and get ready for school. And I literally thought to myself today, this is how serendipitous this is. I was like, I should really get up earlier. I was like, I can't live my life like this. I'm exhausted. I'm like, now I'm irritated because they needed like breakfast, lunches, this. I'm like,
It's like you fill up and you if you don't have that immediate time for yourself, you wake up and you automatically feel like an order taker, and I feel like
yes,
my for the first 2 years, postpartum really kicked my butt, but I realized something clicked, like, I have to be intentional about pouring into me, because if I don't have a full cup to pour from, I'm no good to my job, I'm no good to my kids, I'm no good to my clients, so I it's almost a non-negotiable now, like, that hour before, like, nobody can talk to me, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
because if I don't have that, I'm no good for anyone else.
I love this so much. I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna try. I'm gonna set an
And
alarm
you have
and see
to
if I can
be
do this.
serious about it, you have to put your mom voice on with it, boundaries, like, you have to talk to yourself in the mirror like, "Girl, get up, because 'cause you're
Yeah.
not gonna be productive if you don't get up. Get
Yeah,
up."
100%. And I think of, like I don't know if you listen to Mel Robbins, but I was thinking about
I
her,
love
like
her.
I'm obsessed with her. I can't even stand it. I was thinking of her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, where, like, the alarm goes
Yes.
off and she's like, "I have to get up."
Yes, what the kids do now, they tap their fingers, and when she said that 5, 4, 3, I have to get up, and if I don't get up,
Mhm.
it's me that's
Yep,
gonna suffer at the end of it. So, she is like my spirit animal. That 5,
yep,
4, 3, 2, 1, I have to put that on a Post-it note, I have to put that like, I need to get my husband to start doing it because it really is rip the Band-Aid off, get up.
yep, 100%. And it's so funny because we have this, like this coffee shop that's, like, by my kid's school, and I never go because it's, like, a special type of it's more expensive coffee, right? But
Yeah,
today, I was, like, exhausted, and I was like, "I have this amazing podcast guest coming, I need to get coffee," so that was my reward for getting up and going to
yeah,
get
look at you. It's the little things, it's the little
it
things.
is the little things, but also that's how I filled my cup, but I'm thinking in my head I could save $8 if I just got up at 5:30 and made myself a cup of
But you
coffee.
know what? Baby steps. You'll make this plan for next week and you'll do it next week. That's
Yeah,
all. Just pivot. I
100%.
love a pivot.
I love it, and I love the fact that, like, you're journaling too. So journaling is something I really want to incorporate in my everyday. Do you have a journal or do you just, like, look up prompts? How does that work?
So I have a couple of journals. I'm a paper and pen girly. I
Yes.
feel like that part of my brain runs on creative juices and the other part runs on project management methodologies. But in order to get all of it to function, I have to write it out, whether it's like structured lists, plans that I have, feelings that I have. So I have multiple journals. Now, the one thing that I am going to get better with is being consistent about the types of things that I put in my journal. So right now, it might be a touch of ADHD, but right now I have 7 different journals and 7 different lists in all these different journals, but my goal for this year, this quarter is to be I have a mindfulness journal, I have a administrative logistics journal, and I wanna be more strategic and strict about what I'm journaling and when.
Oh my gosh, this is so I love hearing how people do things to, like, fill their cup because I think as moms, like, we live in this crazy chaos is what I call it, like, it's beautiful chaos is what I call it, but it's like you wake up and then you go to like, they go to sleep and it's like, "What happened?" Like,
Yeah.
"What was today?" And then all of a sudden it's like you sit there and you're like, "Okay, let me decompress, let me watch my show, let me do whatever," and then I'm like, "I feel unproductive."
Exactly, and I had to feel that's mom guilt too, because
It
I
is.
felt like it's almost like I feel like every minute of my day has to be structured, it has to have a purpose, it has to have a key performance indicator, and sometimes it is okay to have those that's why I said sometimes in the morning, sometimes it's strategic and I make a to-do list, but sometimes I just doom scroll, and that is okay. My
Yeah.
therapist and I have gotten to the point where she says that I have to appreciate whatever pockets of peace that I have, and sometimes it's productive, quote, unquote, "productive," and sometimes it's quote unquote unproductive and that's okay. So we just have to make sure that that time is protected. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's consistent. Cuz
Yeah.
I know moms and I don't know how many kids you have, but it's like their life is your oh my god, girl.
I held up 3.
OMG 3 cuz I'm like that's 3 different personalities, 3 different executive
Uh-huh.
functionings, 3 different schedules. So it's like you have to carve out time for you cuz you get lost in that. That's
You
just
absolutely do.
no thanks.
No, 100%, and I literally like, guys, I am 100% setting an alarm, and I'm going to try this out, and I'll update everybody on Instagram, but it's happening. It is absolutely
Yes.
happening
You
because
know what? Accountability tag me when you do it
yeah,
too.
I
When
will.
you're up at 5 in the morning, we should tag each other. I'm gonna do that. Let me write
Yeah.
myself a
Yeah,
note.
Accountability, that's what gets you to do things. I swear to goodness, I joined a gym with somebody and I was like, "Because I promise you, I'm not getting up. I'm
Yeah,
not going if you're not being there." I
I
was
love that.
I can't do it. I'm like,
We
"Absolutely."
are in the era of accountability partners, and it is okay. You can have a stranger that you met on the internet be your accountability partner because sometimes they will root for you louder and hold you more accountable than the people that you are friends with. So
Isn't that crazy?
it's crazy. I think it's because people that you've known for so long, you have this established relationship, they've seen you in a place that they're familiar with seeing you at. So when you try to grow and you try to extend, it's like they're not used to this. They're like, "Girl, what?" And they don't, pour into that. And that's okay because they're used to that version of you. But again, it's okay to find a stranger online who aligns with you and has a goal and is like, "Hey, I want to be your accountability partner too." Lean into that.
Yeah. I always say, like, and I know you work in it, but, like, social media is a blessing and a curse, right? Like,
Yes.
there is a beautiful side of social media where, "Hey, now we're gonna tag each other at 5 AM, be like, 'Hey, I'm up.' Like, 'Did you make your coffee?' Journaling." But then there's also the side that it can get, like, really scary and nasty, and I actually wanna ask that because you are in this. You do this in the thick of it. How did you find is there, like, a certain thing where all the mean people come from, or is it just, like, luck of the draw when you, like, post something and all these, like, mean people are like,
Think honestly I heard someone I listened to Charlemagne the God, he's a really popular podcaster, and he is like, it's the rule of sevens or something like that. 3 people are gonna like what you do, 3 people are not gonna like it, and some I forget the other number, he was like, some people are not gonna have any idea what you have going on, and they don't care. So I think that that's part of it, and then the other part is, I think that social media gives people free reign to say whatever they wanna say behind of, an avatar or behind that. So I think that you have to take it with a grain of salt. 3 people are really interested in what you have going on. 3 people are really invested. And there's a couple of people who really don't care what you have going on, and that is okay. So, I don't know if that answers your question, but I really
"Yeah,
think that we are in this era of you just have to pick and choose what you wanna give your energy dollars to, if that makes
100%."
sense, you know? And I tell my creators this all the time, not everybody's gonna like what you do, not everybody's gonna like what you produce, but pick where you're putting your energy to. You don't have to respond to every single comment. You don't have to and that's so funny because I have an NFL mom client, Stephanie Diggs, she is Stefon Diggs's mom, and I don't know if you've been in tune to Stefon Diggs and the Cardi B drama, but, I help Stephanie run her social media, and you would be so surprised at the things, the nastiness that people put in her comments, and I'm like, "You
Ugh.
don't know this lady, you know what people say about her and her kids and things like that." So, what I tell her is, "Don't respond,
Mhm.
pick where your energy dollars go to, because just as much as there's people in their comments saying that, you're not this nice person, there's other people that are like, "Congratulations, you have these 2 professional NFL son players," like, they're
Yeah.
congratulating her. So, pick where your energy dollars go. That's what I say.
See, it's so funny. I had just posted on Threads that is anybody else praying to get noticed, but also petrified to get noticed? And
Yes.
it's like, this mom is sitting here getting these hate comments, and it's just wild to me. I don't know if you saw I was an American Girl doll girly. I had Samantha growing up. She was my favorite. And they just did this new modern era type doll. Well, I
Mhm.
saw it. I was like, oh my God, these are so cute. And then I'm reading the comments, and I can't even understand why people are such in an uproar over a doll.
Yeah.
It was I've never seen these comments, like, it was like, "Oh, these dolls are on Ozempic. They're
Wow,
ugly, they're
why
the"
do you took your energy to type that out?
I
It's
know.
like and you know what? I won't even lie. Sometimes and this is full transparency,
I love it.
sometimes I will have a rage bait moment where I'll see
Yeah.
a topic on Threads, and I don't know what it is. It could be that mid-morning scroll where I'm like, "You know what? I'm just doom scrolling anyway." Sometimes I will let the people have it in a not nice way.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
So, maybe I do partake in some of it, but I would say 9 times out of 10, I'm very strategic with where my energy dollars go, but I do understand having an ethereal reaction or, like, wanting to participate in this conversation. Because don't get me wrong, I think Threads is a place to do that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Threads is very conversational. I will tell you, the Nancy Guthrie situation, I have been letting people have it in the comments about that, and that's something that's, like to us, it's not happening to us, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But to her family, seeing these comments, she's probably like, "Oh my god, these people are really saying all these things." But I feel like that's an example of something where I'm having a visceral reaction and
Yeah.
I'm typing things out about it, like, "Where's this lady's mom? Find this lady's mom," or arguing people down about it, and I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, do I really need to do this, you know? So I get it, you know?
But at the same exact time, like, I guys, what I do is I'll type out my reaction, and usually I'm defending the person. So, like, if it's, like,
Yes,
a post that randomly comes up and it's, like, these people are, like, saying horrible things, I come right in and I'm like, "Did you ever hear of just, like, scrolling? Like, did that ever affect
that's
you? If
me.
this person was standing in front of you, would you say this to them?"
That's me, especially with Stefan Diggs' mom, Stephanie Diggs, because I know her,
Yeah.
and because of all the things that have been happening, I've found myself in the comments like, "Y'all don't know her. This is false. This is not true. I know this like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've done that, and
But
I've had to
no, I
stop
don't
myself
actually
in the
post it, I
process.
erase it. I get it
Oh,
all
you
out
don't?
and then I erase it because I'm like, I
See,
I also am the type of person that's like, I hate conflict.
you know what? I should be more like Britney.
I get it all out and I like am like all angry typing and then I'm like, "Okay, bless and release," and I erase it. I'm
Are
like,
we
"The
allowed to say
karma's
bad
gonna get
words?
them."
Are we allowed to say bad words? I'm gonna not say
Go
bad
ahead.
words. You know when Michelle Obama says, "When they go high or when they go low, you go high"? No, I believe when they go low, you take it to the floor. Take it to hell. And that but not all the time.
Yeah,
Like, when
no,
they
they
go
need
low,
to
take it
really
to
just
hell sometimes, not all the times. Like I said, we protect where our energy dollars go,
Mhm.
but sometimes I can spend them in hell. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like certain things, certain topics, I'm gonna let you have it respectfully. So,
Yeah.
that's
I
my tidbit.
see, I wish I did do some of the things that I posted, right? Like, because it's, they're being mean to people for no reason. I was
Yes.
an elementary school teacher first, so, like, bullying to me is like, I would let my kids have it. I'd be like, "What are you doing? Like, what would you do
Yeah.
if somebody said this to you?" And it's, like, not
Because
even a
and
phone.
you know what, Brittany, because you intervene, you could potentially stop them from being a nasty person, so
I
you should
know.
probably send these messages, Brittany. Take it to hell.
I'll never forget there was one person. So I tried close to 30 side hustles if you don't know. And one of my hustles at the time, I know it's crazy. One of my hustles at the time was making, it's called A plus content on
Yeah.
Amazon. And it's basically their billboard. You make the canvas, you make the graphics, whatever. This person told me she liked everything, all of a sudden sent me the nastiest email. And now the girl I had the company with was like, she's just doing this to get it for free. Like, let it go, like, whatever. And I was like, no, she can have her money back. And I was so proud of myself because I wrote out this email back and basically said, you had said whatever, you can, here's the money back. I don't want any part of this. But I hope the next time that you send an email to somebody, you realize that there's an actual human on the other end of it.
Yeah.
I was so proud of myself. She still uses my graphics to this day that she hated.
Now you know what?
Mhm.
You know what? See, I have to take my because when they go low, you wanna take it high? That would have been the moment I'm taking it to hell. But you know what? Let me stop because I don't wanna block my blessings. And you know what? I feel like you're being blessed tenfold because of that response. And you know what? My gosh.
Yeah,
More
crazy.
power to you because that's crazy. Not just using my stuff.
I like literally checked the other day too. I was like, oh, it's been about a couple years. Let me check. And there it was. I was like,
How do you deal with moments like that? Does that jade you as a business owner, like, going forward? Does that change how you do business? Because I know for me, look, I'm working on myself because I've had clients that do that, that are nasty and then wanna come back and work with me or they
yeah.
refer people to me, and I'm like, "But you were mean to me, so why are you referring people?" So how do you deal with that?
So I love that line of like, I hope you realize that there's a human at the other end of what you're saying,
Yeah,
because to me, that's kind of like, it's very easy, like you said, to be behind the keyboard and like saying all these nasty things and doing all that stuff. But then it's like, okay, like if we were standing face to face, would you be saying this to me? You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like if I was standing right in front of you today, would that be coming out of your mouth? Because then that's an issue. Like that's an internal problem. You have an issue.
And then we
But
really don't need to be friends if you would say that in my face, so we don't
oh,
need to
100%.
associate, you know?
No. No,
My
100%.
gosh.
But I had the first episode ever I did on here, she was a wedding calligrapher. She put a respect clause in her contract.
I know that's right.
Yep. She was like, "If you disrespect at any point, I can terminate the contract at any point, but I keep whatever you put in."
Love that energy
Mhm.
because you have to be respectful. I think that is a lost art. Again, I think it's attributed to social media, that instant gratification, being behind avatars, being behind fake photos. People just have lost that art of respect. And to your point, there is a person that is conducting business where I know everything is AI, it's hard to believe,
Yeah,
but there are actual people conducting business. Okay.
yeah,
So, ooh,
100%. And it's so funny because, like, you read these comments too that some of, like, these people make, and then they post it, and then they get back at them, and it's always the same type of people where it's just like my heart also feels bad for them because you can see that maybe they were bullied in their life or they've never really found love or had love, and it's like,
Yeah.
dang, like, your heart is so black because of what you dealt with in your real life that you're bringing that to social media, and I just wish there was, like, a I guess it's therapy, right? Like, maybe they should just, like,
Yeah,
talk and
it
feel
is
better,
therapy,
but
touching grass,
yeah,
drinking water, perhaps, getting your collagen and all the proper vitamins. We all need that in order to not be
100%.
mean.
It's so funny, and being a mom too, when you're, like, watching your kids, like, have these tantrums and they're like, "Whatever," and you're like, "Oh, I get it, you're hungry." Like, I would definitely be acting like this if I was
This is
not a 3
directly attributed to you needing a nap. Like, a lot of people need naps. That's what it is.
Me no, 100%. I don't know about you, but I am so overtired, like, I am my worst enemy. I throw myself down, I'm like, "What am I doing? This is stupid," like, whatever, and my husband will literally be like, "Go to sleep."
Yeah.
Like, "Go to sleep," and I'm like,
My
"I."
husband laughs at me because I'm the queen of naps. Like, he used to be like, "You take naps for fun," and do. I absolutely do. And it's like now that I'm someone's mom and the naps are far and few in between, I miss them. I crave a nap. Like, I need them. I don't know why. Why did we not like them when we were younger? What is the problem?
I know. It was like, what FOMO was happening in my living room that I couldn't nap
I
for credit for?
wish, I wish. I hate that, and I'm like, my daughter is now at the point where she does not wanna take naps, and I'm like, "Babes, appreciate this moment in your life," because the way I am at my W-2 job and I actively think about naps, like, you don't know how good you have it.
Yeah. You honestly don't. You don't have to think about money or food or whatever, it's just there, it's just there.
Nothing.
I hate and this is what I said to my husband, I hate and I don't know how you do what you do because, like, you are doing your W-2, you're doing a business where you're doing content for everybody else. If
Yes.
I need to make one more decision in my life, I was like, I will absolutely just combust.
My husband and I had this we actually had an argument about it, and I'm full transparency because I have decision fatigue and I'm a project manager at my W-2. I'm a project manager for clients. I'm constantly in waterfall methodology mode. What's happening first, second, third. So when he's like, "Well, what do you want to eat for dinner?" Don't ask me that.
Oh,
Don't ask me that. I make corporate decisions and client decisions all day. Don't ask me about that, you know?
mm-mm,
So I think honestly, the decision fatigue, it turns into anxiety, it turns into depression, it's overstimulation. So I 100% and I didn't realize what it was. Why am I so angry? It's decision fatigue.
100%. It honestly is. Last night, we're laying in bed, and I was like, "Oh, I would like a little something to eat." And I was like, "Surprise me," because I really didn't know what I wanted. I was like, "Come back." And he comes back with the first thing. I was like, "I don't want that."
Yeah, I know what I don't want. I know what I don't want, but don't when you ask me, "Well, what do you want?" Don't do that, because then
No.
that's the quickest have you ever seen Inside Out,
Yes.
where with all the little elements and all that? The red one, when you at the end of the day, when you ask me, "Well, what do you wanna eat?" I turn into that red
Mhm.
little monster, and I
Yep.
don't intend to, that's really not my intent, but the decision fatigue is so real. We need a support group.
We do.
I'm convinced. We need
And it's so funny because you don't realize that it's a thing until you're starting to talk to other people, and you're like, "You're like this too? This is not just me? Like, we're all
we're all
collectively the
crazy a
same?"
little bit. That's what it
I
is.
love it. I love it. I literally told him. He was cracking up laughing, and I was like, "I told you when we got together, I'm nuts. Like, it's
Yeah,
not like a joke, like, you chose this life." I was
but
like,
I feel like he's nuts too because you chose it. So, we putting up with each other at this
"I
point.
know. We're making this work. We're
Yeah,
making
and then
this
we
work."
had kids on top of it, so that's crazy.
I love it.
Gosh,
So, you getting back to your business, I am loving our conversations. I feel like we are now best friends.
of
You
course.
host boot camps and events.
Yes.
What inspired you to take it to in person, and is it just local to you, or do you, like, kinda travel and do this?
So, what inspired me to do it was because, again, I'm a problem solver. I love being that project management manager. My clients refer to me as air traffic control because you wouldn't get on a plane without air traffic control directing where you're going. And I was realizing that I had a lot of people asking the same types of questions. And so I approached my local library because people don't realize as a entrepreneur or a business owner, especially starting out, a mom, you don't want to spend a lot of money on things when you don't have to.
Yeah.
I said, "You know what? I have this knowledge and I have this service. Let me go here and use their audience that they already have." And so that was really the catalyst to starting these workshops. And from there, I really started going to people that I really knew had a need, like nonprofit boards, other small business owners. And so, really, just to answer your question, long story short, it was to fill that gap. Like, I really wanted to be a helper, like, really be that project manager. I really like making sure that people have the right people, processes, and tools to be successful. And so why not bring it to you all in one, place? And so actually, I do it virtually. So if anyone is listening and they're in a different country or a different state, I can do it virtually. We have different workshops, breakout groups that we can do it on Zoom. I make it interactive and fun. I was a former RA, so I'm used to, making things fun. But if you are in the Baltimore DMV area, I do bring it's called the Business of Influence and Content Creation Workshop. And I do bring that to you. It's a couple of different segments aimed at making sure that you understand the business side of content creation.
Love it. Okay, so what is the give us one takeaway that we could take away from this that they could implement today?
Sure. So I would say the one thing is, especially if you're a business owner or a content creator, make sure that you have three content buckets that you're consistently posting in. That's education, selling or promoting, and building connections. Once you have your three buckets, consistently post in those three buckets, and I promise you, content will not be as hard as you think it is.
Gosh, I love that. I
Yes.
love that. And honestly, Canva, guys, like for it just has come such a long way since when it first started.
Yes. Listen, I love how robust the tool is. I love all the ready-made templates, and
Mhm.
now they're incorporating so many more video elements. So please use your resources that you have. You don't always have to get like graphic designers. You don't have to invest in,
Yeah,
heavy tools, Adobe products, things like that. Use what you have at your fingertips. And go to
100%.
your local libraries too. That's my other recommendation. Check your
Really?
local libraries, yes. There are, events, and my local library has, like, 3D printers and a podcast studio and, rooms to rent. So, as a budding entrepreneur, wherever you are in your journey, even if you just need to research, go to your local libraries, everyone. Please support your local
Wow.
libraries, yes.
I love that. I can tell you right now, mine does not have a podcast studio. That's why I'm in my basement. But that is really cool. I love
Yes.
that. What a cool library you have. Okay.
Yeah, look, Baltimore County Public Library in Maryland is I cannot speak highly of that system. They are really invested, but I think it's also because people support it. So the
Yeah,
more you go, the more you utilize the services, the more you pay your fines. If you have late library fines, you know what I mean? Things like that pour into your library system so that they can pour into you.
I love that. And you just reminded me I need to pay my late fine. I really do.
Add that to your list of other things to do as a
That's
mom.
my top 5. I need to make my top 5 list, and
That's
it's
what I
going to the top 5 personal. Return that dang book. My gosh, so funny. Okay, so you are like and I love this because this is exactly where I am, right? Keeping the W-2 to keep and
Mhm.
so, like you said before, which I wanted to bring back when you were like, "Oh, I have the W-2 because it gives me structure."
Yes.
I had a season where I didn't have a W-2, and it was a wild ride. I realized I work better when I have more on my plate than when I have the freedom to not have more on my plate.
And you know what? People think I'm crazy for saying that, but that is truly my life. And honestly, I think being a side hustler, a serial entrepreneur, you know that ebbs and flows. Like
Mhm.
clients come and go. It can be a heavy season, it can be a low season, but I can always rely on my W 2 to be that safeguard for me. So I really
100%.
appreciate that. And then selfishly, benefits are expensive. I'm not paying for health insurance myself. I don't care how big of an entrepreneur, how big of a content creator I become, a podcaster, I'm gonna be signing into someone's job, I'm gonna be signing into someone's workday. I need a W-2 job. Like, I've just decided that.
I hope to goodness my husband is listening to this episode, and if he's super supportive, he would. But I literally said the same exact thing. So he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, like, what if" so I am planning my book tour. The Money Hungry Mama Guide is coming out September 8th.
If you need an ops girly, please let me
Where
know.
is that? I already am, like, immediately messaging you after this.
Yes.
I'm so excited. So the book is coming traditionally published September 8th, and he was like, "What if this takes off? What if this is it? Like, what if this is the last piece that you've been missing?" And I was like, "I still think I might go back to teaching just because the benefits were so good."
And we need your energy in that space.
Thank you.
I feel like teaching is a calling, and when you have good energy, I get it. You guys are burnt out. It's the parents. It's not even the students. It's the
Yeah,
parents. It's the logistics. It's the admin. But when you have an energy for teaching, I feel like that is your calling. And you might need to take a break so you can refuel, pour into your
yeah,
cup, like we were talking about. And then you can
100%,
go back into the classroom, and you're fueled. You want to be here. So I
100%,
don't know. Maybe just this is a season. Ride this wave. Get as much as you can from this wave. But if you feel going back, go back, and you can probably maybe go to a Montessori school, maybe go to a charter school, maybe, change the environment. But I'm a firm proponent, especially in that type of work, that when you're called to it, you might need a break, whatever, pour into yourself. But when you're called to it, you just have to go to your calling.
100%, and it's been, so I officially left in July, but I've been on maternity leave from teaching for 3 years because the babies.
Yes.
So, this was like, and I still have a W-2 because I'm a psychopath. So, like, I still
Yeah,
have an online job, work from home job, I'm still doing it, but
absolutely.
I can't survive without a W-2. I like, a power to the people that can do that. I personally live in a flight or fight stage, and
Yeah.
when it gets low, when you said, like, there could be low times and whatever, I don't know what you believe in all this stuff, but I think I block my blessings when I'm stressed out that it's not coming in.
Yes, 100. It's that negative internal self-critic, and my therapist and I have named her. And she prevents me from ever succeeding. She prevents me because I'm always in that survival mode. And to be honest, you know what? I feel like having a kid made it worse because I know someone is relying on me, you know?
Yes.
And I never want her to want for anything. We always say we wanna give our kids what we didn't have. Well, I want her to give her what I had, and I had a good life, like, so I have to have a coins to pay for it. So, I don't know. I'm actively working against that negative internal self-critic. I'm actively working against that, that voice that's like, "You're not doing enough, you're not doing enough." You know what I mean? It's just constant. So I totally hear you. I totally hear you.
100%. It's definitely that, like, I love that you named her because I was looking online. So every single episode, you guys come on and you tell me that you have these incredible therapists. I need to do that. It's just in my
Yes.
mind, it's money, and that money could be going to, I don't know about you, camps?
Listen, I don't wanna talk about paying for anything. I got an increase letter at the beginning of the year for daycare, and I'm still sick about it, like, actively sick about it. But I get it. You feel like you don't have the extra that money that I'm spending on my copay for this therapy appointment, I could be spending for band camp, I could be spending for new shoes, but you have to look at the other side. My grandma always says this, and she's a Southern grandma, 6 eggs in one hand, half a dozen in the other. So either you're gonna pay for the money now or you're gonna pay for it later with your mental health,
I love that.
you know?
Yeah, that's cool. I love that.
So, highly recommend it. And you know what? I am the content creator girly. Maybe you can get a brand deal as the Money Hungry Mama podcast with like Talkspace, or let me put it out into the universe. Maybe they could hire you as the influencer creator so you can utilize those services, but also tell your journey, like talk about your journey. So, put it into the environment. Let's pitch you to some of these Talkspace. You're a money hungry mama who needs some mental support. Hello, help her.
I adore you. You're so good at your job. For everybody listening, she's already pitched me twice, and that was not the point of this episode. So that's how good she is in her job. All right.
But you
So
know what's after this? I'm an implementer. I'm really gonna reach out to somebody after this. See, like, you might be seeing an email from me.
she's so good at what she does. And I love the fact that you've just been in this space for years. So, like,
Yeah.
not only are you running your own business, helping people, and have an NFL's mom,
Yes,
but
that's my girl.
yeah, that's amazing. But at the same exact time, like, you're still in the space of learning from the company. And I don't think everybody realizes how great of a combo that is because companies are seeing the trend. You have people on your team that is their job to figure out marketing for the next year and doing all those things. So it is really good. And you are clearly very, very good at your job because already I'm like, whoa, I was like, this is incredible. It happened in 2 seconds. I love this.
Yes.
So, okay, for the mom who's listening that only has 30 days to level up her brand, What should she focus on first?
Whew, 30 days. Well, I love a good 30, 60, 90-day sprint challenge because I'm a project manager. So whenever I attack things, I always look at it from a 30, 60, 90-day perspective. So in the first 30 days, what you should be doing, I would say break it down. First 7 days, we need to figure out what your purpose is. Figure out what are your goals? What are your key performance indicators? And I would say track that. Track everything. So 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, track change over time. So I would say boil it down to that. The other part is build your support system, whether that's an accountability partner, whether you're looking for a therapist. I would say within the 30 days, you need to find that, whatever that support system is, whatever that village is. And then the last part is self-care is key in whatever form that is. If that's an hour before you wake up, if that's an hour after everyone goes to sleep, you have to find some pockets of peace where you can build yourself back up from whatever you've been fighting throughout the day, whether that's internal, external. You just have to find time for yourself. So those are my 3 things: tracking, build your village, and pour into yourself. Self-care is key.
And it's so funny because I know for a fact there's a mom listening that's like, "Oh my god, those are the hardest 3." I thought she was just
I
gonna say
know.
post content.
No. No, I would be like, that's the last thing. It honestly, that's the last thing. Worrying about the content, because
Mhm.
that's gonna happen. And I feel like once you get your template together that educate, sell, promote, or build that connection, that's gonna come. But you have to be well mentally in order to do that. Because I don't know about you, but if I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna pick my phone up. I'm
No,
not gonna want to make my list. So everything is starting internally, fixing what's with you. So yeah.
I love that. I love that because it's like and also as moms, it's things that we don't think to do in
Mhm.
general. We're just like, "No, just add more to my plate. I got it."
Yeah, no, start delegating. That's what we need to do. Delegating and getting a village, getting accountability partner, getting someone to say, "Are you going to the gym? Are you okay?" That type of thing. So, everything is internal. The content and stuff like that will come because I'm a marketing girly. I can tell you how to make some content. Like your drive to work, that's content. You writing your to-do list, that's content. Like that is easy.
Yeah.
But in order to fuel yourself to make that content, you have to be okay internally. And it starts with those 3 things: tracking, build your village, and self-care.
I'm loving this conversation.
Me
First off,
too.
can we all just acknowledge the fact that she's just, like, such a light? Like, she's just making me smile this whole entire time, like, her energy is just amazing. I love it so much. 2 more questions for you.
Of course.
The first one is, what's one piece of advice you have received that changed your path as an entrepreneur?
There's been so much advice. I would say one of my managers, she was the first Black manager I ever had. She would always tell me, "Do not ever go into a situation and just say, 'I don't know.' Try to have a solution." And that kind of helped me to be more solution oriented. So I would say we're natural problem solvers as moms. I would say take that into your corporate journey, take that into your content creation journey, be a problem solver. Yeah.
It's so true because my last job, my last at-home job that I was working at, the owner had a very big thing that if you find a problem, like, you need to come in with a solution to that problem. Like, don't just tell me there's a problem, tell me how we're fixing it or give an
Mhm.
idea of how to fix it. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, okay." Like, that is such a good way to delegate too because it's like his capacity didn't have it to try to think of how to fix all these problems. So he's like, "You notice it, tell me what we could do to fix it."
And my issue too is always feeling like the solutions that I have or the solutions that I give have to be right. That's not necessarily the case either. And I've learned that at all of my W-2 jobs is because I never wanted to be wrong. Like I have ideas, but I don't know if they're gonna work. It doesn't matter. Give the ideas. Because
Yeah,
the fact that you have some solutions to a problem that someone else has, they might not even be thinking of those problems. Or they might have had the same solution you had, but they can't execute it like you. So
100%.
speak up.
100%.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. If you weren't doing this, what would your job be?
If I weren't I think what's so funny is that my W-2 gives me the structure and that I kind of created the life that I want through this entrepreneurial endeavor. Like I'm the PR girly, I'm the project man. I'm Olivia Pope. That's what I tell people. I'm Olivia Pope for marketing. But if I wasn't doing this, I would honestly say I would love to be like an actress, or I would love to be like I can sing, so I would love to be a performer or like on Broadway or something like that, but I really would wanna be in front of the camera, like just a
Okay.
personality.
You're gonna need to give us a video of you singing.
I
I'll
will, I'll send you one.
yeah, and I'll post
I
it.
think there's some on YouTube of me in high school, like, there's yeah, I'll have to break some out the vault for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in your slideshow because
Yes,
I would love to see you sing.
of
That is
course.
really cool. I
Yeah.
love that. I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not to go on Broadway.
Yes, I'm a theater kid, girl. Look, Wicked, I would love to be on Wicked
It
or
right now.
something like that, or Hell's Kitchen, like, I wanna be in the arts, that's me.
Oh my gosh, my daughter is, like, 4, and she's obsessed with Wicked too, so, like, when we're in the car, she's like, "Can you put on Wicked?" I'm like, "Absolutely
Yes!
fine.
Oh my gosh,
Absolutely."
my child is obsessed with Glinda. My gosh, they're gonna be besties too. We
I
love
love
it.
it. I love it. I love Wicked so much, I can't even stand it. Okay, my favorite question of all time. What does being a money hungry mama mean to you?
A money hungry mama, I'm always about my coins. And I think I was a money hungry entrepreneur girly before I became a mom. I think money hungry mama means that you are intentional about legacy. Cause that's what it means for me. Before, I was just chasing the bags, literally and figuratively. I love a good Tory Burch. But right now, I'm really chasing, like, I don't want my kid to ever feel like she has to stay somewhere where she doesn't want to stay, meaning mentally, physically, a job that she doesn't want. I want her to know the sky is the limit because her mom has her back in whatever capacity that means. So, and I know that finances are sometimes the root of that, and so I'm just putting in the groundwork so that she knows that she never has to want for anything, like, her mama's got it.
I love that so much.
Yes.
It has been an absolute pleasure to have you on today.
Same here, I'm so excited we connected, and I wanna be the ops girlie, wanna be on the tour with the headset, so I can be like, "You coming to the stage, Brittany."
Let's do it. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
of course, and
Wait,
thank you for having me.
real quick, where can everybody support you?
Yes, of course. Well, if you love hearing me yap about it, you want to see pictures of me and my daughter, follow me on Instagram at my personal one at Lady Z Says. Then you can follow me at Live More Agency for all things business, marketing, project management, and to keep up with all my fabulous clients. And I have a podcast too, Operations Unfiltered. Hopefully, Brittany can come on too. So, hope to see you guys there.
Yes, I will definitely post that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And stay hungry, everybody. Get your coins.